For this example, we're going to say we have this bird, bird X, and it can only really eat one type of berry that is available in this region, usually in September. That's what their migration pattern is used to. These birds will migrate, maybe, let's say they migrate north in September, and they eat these specific berries before winter comes around. Also, we're going to throw in a little twist here. Let's say the climate changes. Let's say it gets colder up north. So now these berries, they're going to start to kind of die out quicker. They're going to only be available in June through August. So now, when these birds usually migrate, it's not really an option anymore. If they migrate then, the berries are going to be dead. We could see three main things happen. The first one is extinction. And to put it bluntly, if these birds, keep coming in September and have no ability to change their diet, they don't change their migration patterns, they don't really do anything about it, they're not able to adapt, they're going to die out. There's not really a way to get around it. Bird X is not going to be a thing if it is not able to eat something else and not able to come in June through August when this berry is actually there. So that's how we'd see this species go extinct. The second thing is adaptation. And so this could be a few different things. But the one that I really thought made sense to me was if they change their migration patterns. If they usually migrate north in September, with this new climate change, June through August is the new prime time to migrate. And so if a few birds migrate in June through August, they're going to be the ones that get to eat the berries. And the ones that don't migrate till later are not going to get any food at all. And so the ones that do migrate earlier are going to have a clear advantage. They're going to have a higher fitness. They're going to have food, and they're going to be able to reproduce. They're going to be able to have kids. And so more and more birds are either going to, if they come in September, they're going to die out. Or if they come in June through August, they're going to be able to repopulate. So if the bird X, is able to change its migration pattern, and some of them are able to come in June through August, slowly everything is going to start changing, and they're going to adapt to change it and fit this new climate. The last option is speciation, where we kind of see two sort of different, in this case specifically, two different kind of adaptations happen. So let's see, same exact scenario. They're coming in September, and June through August is the new time for migration, and when these berries are actually going to be available. And so in speciation, we're going to see two different species come out of the same thing. So we're going to use the exact same one we had with our adaptation. Maybe some of these birds are starting to come in June through August, and we're going to call this bird XA. And so these birds are coming in June through August, and they're able to eat the berries. They're able to adapt. They adapted, and they're going to continue on kind of the same bloodline. But let's say the ones that come in September, if they need to adapt, how do they do it? Well, they need to change their diet. If they come in September, there's not going to be any berries left, especially if bird XA is a thing. And so they're going to need to find something else to eat. Let's say they start finding a new type of berry or something else to feed on. This can be bird XB. So if bird XB is able to open up their diet and find a different thing, or maybe get a different beak or something else that's going to be able to either get them the berry when it is already, technically dead in September, or eat something else. They're going to need to change, and ultimately, this is going to create two different species. They're from the same original bird X, but bird XA feeds on berries and has a new migration pattern, and then bird XB has a different diet and a different migration pattern. And so these are going to be reproductively isolated. They're going to be different. They're not going to breed with each other. They migrate at different times and they eat different things. They have different traits, and slowly, they're going to get further and further away from each other until they they differentiate further and further into being different species. So we see bird XB differ because now it's not going to even be in the same, it's not going to be up north when bird XA is. They're not really going to come in contact. They can't reproduce. They don't have the same diet. And that's how we see two different species made from bird X. Those are three examples of, we saw speciation, what we just described, we saw adaptation, and we saw extinction. Three different ways that bird X could result to this climate change.